Alrighty. How is everything sound? Mic check. Let me bring it down just a hair. Alrighty then. And I am joining you on this February 4th, 2023. It is 4:00 p.m. on the East Coast, which means it's, if you're listening to me in the big, beautiful country of England, I believe it's 10 o'clock over there. Or I can't remember if it's 5 or 6 hours. I think they're 6 hours ahead of us. So shout out to all you people over there in that part of the country. If you're in Australia, just go to sleep. I'm pretty sure it's like 1 something Monday afternoon or something like that. So I am here with a giant bottle of eternal sparkling alkaline water, and I'll be here for an hour or so. Now, I'll be here for most of the evening, because following this podcast at 6 o'clock, and I'm going to drop something that you all call a link in the description. Let's see here. You can go to that link, and I am scheduled to have J-Dub City, King Thrash, and Sick Humor, Mr. No Cap himself. And we're going to be discussing what the hell is going on with Xbox. That is a 6 p.m. emergency Xbox podcast. If you're not tired of my voice at that point and you want to know, I'm going to ask those guys, because they all three have very good business acumen, and they have seen the same numbers I have seen as well. And just want to get there what is going on. I'm also going to ask them, and I'm going to tell you right now, forewarning for all of them, I'm going to expose them all, because none of them have played Mass Effect, and you're not a real gamer unless you take on the Reaper threat with Commander Shepard and his cohort. So stay tuned, because all of them are going to get exposed. They all going to get the same question. That is, have they played Mass Effect? And if they say no, then they're not real gamers. So we're going to move off of that, and then we'll get into the real topic. Then, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I am scheduled to have a one-on-one conversation for about an hour, maybe a little less, with the master teacher himself, Mr. BGS Igmore of the Black Manosphere. Come check that out if you're interested in some red pill, black pill content. We're going to be talking about the end of the black gender war, things going forward, stuff like that. So again, like I said, I've got I've got a Nikon camera and I like to take photographs. So far, we were going to do it last night, but BGS had a scheduling conflict, perfectly fine. And so we've rescheduled for today. Make sure you hit that like button and share the care. And so let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. And if you do want to support the podcast any other way, just make sure you copy it and send it out to your friends, to your mama and your baby mama. We're on the road to 2,000 people, and then I may just retire at 2,000. You know, maybe, I don't know. I can be talked into it. The church is getting too big, you know, and you know we got to keep getting the message out. So shout out again to the new subs that come along the last 10 to 12 days. Here's how we do it here. I try not to report on rumor and innuendo unless it is hot. I will be asking a rumor question in the next podcast I do later on, because that's a doozy. But try to stay away from it. Try to stay away, because nothing's official until the company says it, to the physical company. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it be Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, Warner Brothers, you know, you talk about movies, Disney. We have all these. You can have rumors all the time, but just like you have rumors of what the Ant-Man and Wasp, Ant-Man Quantumania movie, what the plot's about. There's a lot of rumors, but you know, nothing's been confirmed. So yeah, so we got plenty of podcasts coming up on this network. Stay tuned for more. So let me see who is in the house before we get this crazy thing going. Let's see here. Black Rob's here. Outsider Gaming Night. Hello. Alfonso Carter, what's up? Oh, Ice Queen, how are you doing there, young lady? Certainly hope you are doing well. Shout out to everybody here. Yeah. Oh, Ghost of New Orleans is in the house. What's happening, brother? How are you doing? Nick says hello. That's all he says. I like that. Let's see here. Who else is here? Just Wait is here. So yeah, we got some stuff to talk about here. We'll start with Sony's numbers. I know, you know, this I think is a death blow to all the people that said Sony was going in the wrong direction. I want to give a shout out to a big shout out to Sick Humor, because I heard his podcast the other day and he admitted on pain of death, POD, that he, even though he didn't like what Sony was doing, he can't deny the numbers and their success. So, and that's why I really like Sick Humor, is because he can admit when he made a mistake. And we need more people like that in the gaming space. And again, that's why he left PlayStation Nation, because PlayStation Nation, they trash anyway, right? I mean, a bunch of fanboys that can't get laid is what PlayStation Nation is. But at the end of the day, why? Now people have asked me, why did I change my podcast time? The podcast time moved because my girlfriend was at the mall and she went to the pink store with black letters that is Victoria's Secrets, and she called and said, I have this outfit I bought at Victoria's Secrets and I want you to see it. Shit. Guess what? My podcast had to be pushed back an hour or so because I had to see something. And then when I saw something, I had to go do something. And you know what? Like LL said, I represent Queens and she was born out in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. That's why I got my water right here, because, you know, sometimes you need water and a Snickers when you're done. So, and I definitely needed some water because, oh man, that outfit, that was unfair. I did not know Victoria's Secrets did that stuff like that. All right, so getting back to it. So Sony's numbers cannot be denied. So I put a poll up that says that, did Sony's revised number surprise you? Yes or no? It didn't surprise me, because Sony, Jim Ryan walked out on stage at CES, if you remember, and he said they had like one of the biggest Decembers ever. Like, ever. You know what I'm saying? So, and that I knew they had hit all their numbers. So this does not surprise me. And you have to remember that they went to the 6 nanometer chip. So, and that helped get them off that 7 line and get more consoles out. And again, you can go get a like at GameStop in my city, you can go get a PS5. It's on the front of the door before you even walk in. It's on that front door. The PS5s are available. Now, I don't know if they're digital or if they're the one with the disc, but they are available. Shout out to JRoll49. How are you doing, brother? Shout out to him. If you want to turn green like the Hulk, you can go ahead and become a sub, and you will turn green, I believe. And then you will be in all the drawings and things like that for movies and games and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I am going to give away a movie here in the next 2 weeks, a 4K movie. Again, it's not, it's wrapped up, and it's a 4K movie that you could play in your PlayStation if you have the disc version. And if not, I'm sorry. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. So, yeah, shout out to Nope. The Sick is in the building. Shout out to Sick Humor. Now, I gotta admit that I was wrong, and I gotta give a shout out to Amanda Pemberton on Twitter when I told you all that the PlayStation had software-based VRS. Amanda pointed out, shout out to Amanda, that it doesn't. It actually has hardware-based. It's from the Geometry engine, and that there's a tier 1 version and tier 2. I won't bore you with it. She did a really good job on Twitter kind of breaking that down, and how it's fixed now. The VRS system on the PlayStation is fixed, and allegedly, according to both, this is for the game Dead Space from NX Gamer, and I think a guy that calls himself Gaming Tech or Gamer Tech. Again, he's got a good channel. He's got a C1 or C2 TV, and he's got the new Samsung S95B. And wow, I mean, you should see you should you should see what the way he does they do their tests. But apparently the lighting on the game is fixed. I don't have Dead Space because I'm still playing Callisto Protocol. Dead Space, however, my comment on Dead Space is that it shows you the hypocrisy. When Sony does a remaster, it gets attacked. But BioWare did a remaster to the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. That's a remaster of, it's pretty much just a remaster, and everybody cheered it. And then and again, my personal belief, my opinion, shout out to the late great Optimus Code, my opinion is that that's a game that everybody, if they want to play, they can play. And so they're not going to be mad. But you look at Dead Space, that's a remaster. Again, I'm not here to say the game is good or bad. I played Dead Space on the 360, I think. I think it was the 360, but I didn't care for it then. I'm just kind of like, well, I don't see the difference now. And I think Callisto Protocol is a better game. You know, I still don't know what the Callisto Protocol is, but I'm enjoying that. So, and that game looks fantastic on my TV. And remember, if you have an OLED television set, if you want that baby to cook, set it for nighttime viewing. Also, if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, you need to tell your television set to override those systems, because the PlayStation and Xbox automatically will brute force their way onto the settings, onto your television set. You have to tell your systems, don't do that. Let the TV do the talking. Okay, the TV sets itself up. Like I said, a friend of mine, I was at Best Buy earlier today before I got the phone call about Victoria's Secrets, by the way. I just need to go ahead and get that girl a gift card, because she be spending way too much time, and then I get wore out. You know, I get wore out and need a Snickers, and I need some more water. Hold on. I mean, hold on. Give me 10 seconds. Yeah, that girl's getting a gift card. So, all right. So, where was I? Oh yeah, Dead Space. So again, apparently the lighting or the sharpness on Dead Space, just turn it down to 49. And whether you have a series console or you have a PlayStation, I don't know what it is on PC, but PlayStation 5 has VRS and it's hardware based, just like the Xbox. I'm not sure about the tier system, but whatever tier system the Xbox has, that was an easier one to program for. So it was basic, and I guess the PlayStation had a tier 2 version of it, or they have a different way to do their mapping because of the geometry engine. And EA fixed it. Let me make that clear. EA has allegedly fixed it. That's according to 2 sources. NX Gamer, who ain't got no reason to lie, and I prefer his content over Zaddy's content anyway. And then I do believe in, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, I think his name is Game Tech or Gaming Tech. Again, good. I mean, the guy does a good job. He's the one who, when I was setting my Cyberpunk settings for my dog crap Sony TV, he's the one that I kept going back to. He was talking about the nits and the brightness and the differences. Now, I haven't played Cyberpunk since I got my new TV, nor have I played I played about 15 minutes of God of War on my new TV. And and the Horizon game, I don't want to play because everybody keeps saying on this OLED TV I got, and my face would my face would melt. This was what I was told by multiple people, that just prepare to be melted, so, and I don't want to melt. So I'm holding off on that, but this is the 1-year anniversary. Jeez. This is a 1-year anniversary of Forbidden West. Isn't it this month? Wasn't it February? Wow. So shout out to Guerrilla Games. And and shout out to Amanda again with the correction. She hooked the brother up on Twitter, and as I said, I am not above being corrected, and she told me what the deal was, and shout out to her. She knows her stuff. I believe Amanda's also one that told us all that Sony had bought Blue Point. Like she said that weeks before it had happened. Like weeks before it had happened. So give her flowers. You know what I'm saying? Make sure Amanda gets her flowers. So, but all right. So we can see right here, we'll go ahead and go to this story because I've jabbered way too long and I know you all are tired of it. So it says here that Sony Corp, and this is coming from Reuters, by the way. Another thing I try to do is give you sources that have nothing to do with gaming so you all can't claim bias. Reuters this is Reuters, okay? So they came out of Tokyo, Reuters, Sony Corp Group. And again, Sick Humor did a real good job on this the other day. He skipped around it on his YouTube channel. Go check that channel out. If you haven't subscribed to No Cap, make sure you do. Sick over there, doing the work of Job over there. So let's see here. But Sony Group has nudged up its annual profit forecast, helped by a strong showing for its video game division, and raised its PlayStation 5 game console sales target by 1 million units to 19 million for the year to March. All right. I do remember last year they thought they'd do 18 million. So this is where this starts. So essentially the electronic and entertainment giant also said its CFO, Mr. Totiki, I hope I said that right. If I apologize, would become president and chief operating officer, or COO, from April 1st while retaining his current role. Oh my, so the oh, okay. So he is becoming the president as well. Now I think this is the same thing AMD did with the wonderful, beautiful Lisa Su. I think she's the CEO. I think she's the CEO and president. I mean, somebody can double check that. It says Mr. Yoshida will remain as chairman and chief executive officer. So he's chairman of the board. Yoshida is chairman of the board. So this dude says he's obsessed with growth. Well, I can understand that. Okay. Says here the company said it now expects operating profit for the year to March 31 to total 1.18 trillion yen. That's 9.17 billion. That is up 1.7% from its previous forecast. So yeah, they've done a good job. This shows you that everything that people were telling you about them going in the wrong direction. Now we have the numbers. And those people didn't know what they were talking about. Okay, it reminds you, remember the number for The Last of Us. You know, The Last of Us comes out, people are screaming, we want something called fractions, and where's that game? And they don't need to be doing a remaster of The Last of Us. And the TV show comes out, the trades that follow TV shows consider it the best television. Some quote, I'm going to quote Variety, quote, this is some of the best television ever, end quote. All right. So they constantly, I can tell you right now, I've seen the first 4. The next one, the one tomorrow night, you all better get ready. Because if you thought the first episode was something else, wait to this one. So, and this is a big one. You get to see something new. That's all I'm just going to have a fun time. Yeah, Monday morning, it will be the dominant conversation. I guarantee you will be the dominant conversation all over Twitter. Guaranteed. So stand by for that. So it says here that, and remember, people were saying, yeah, they need to be doing this. I want to create. I mean, okay, but they literally, the game, The Last of Us, it's up over 180%. That's crazy. And I've always said, when the game comes out, the game is out forever. It could, you know, and it's going to PC in like 3 more weeks. So I guarantee you, you're going to see a lot of people playing it on PC. And I'm telling you, the mods are going to blow you away. I've seen some of them. You're going to have Deacon St. John in there instead of Joel. You're going to have Aloy in there instead of Ellie. You may have you may have a what's the name of that thing? You may have a freaker. Is that what it's called? A freaker as instead of Joel fighting a zombie from The Last of Us. Seen the mods. The mods are ready. So that's going to be interesting. So so for the people on PC, yeah, I mean, and what you have right now, if you do new game plus on the remaster, Ellie shirts are, I don't know if you all have caught this, Ellie shirts are shirts that you could buy on the PlayStation Store, from the Ratchet and Clank shirt to the, she has what's the name of that other one? Concrete Genie. She's got a shirt, I think, for Concrete Genie. But I kept on wondering, where do I go to change shirts? Well, if you play the remaster, you get experience points, and then you take those points and you go get stuff. Again, it's not a microtransaction, although in theory they could have probably done that, but they didn't. So, but yeah. So again, the people that actually work for Sony, that actually are in their television and movie division and game division, they know what they're doing, and these other cats are just, they're out here, like people have said, they're stripping and stunting for your super chat money, which is one of the, somebody needs to get a t-shirt that says stripping and stunting for your super for money or something like that, because when somebody said that the other day, I don't know who I was listening to, I about fell out. I mean, that's one of the funniest things I've seen. I mean, stripping and stunting, putting on a show so that you give them donations. Oh man, that was hilarious. So all right, so it says here the analyst estimate of 1.19 trillion yen profit, according to Reinvented Data, is just shy of a record 1.2 trillion yen posted a year earlier. So they're kind of right where they were, you know. So which means they have solved whatever the issues were with the shipping and all that kind of stuff. It's solved. So Sony says sales of PS5 consoles came to 7.1 million units in the October-December quarter, which overlaps with the critical year-end shopping season, up sharply from 3.9 million units earlier this year, or units a year early. So that is damn near double. Oh, okay. And it says various steps have been taken on both the hardware and software sides that are steadily bearing fruit. I agree. I believe we are generating positive momentum to reaccelerate growth in our game operations, which means they're going to start spending more money. All right. So as they spend more money, they will buy more things. Yes, including at least one. I have studios I got right here. 2 studios I have written down. I'm starting to get that bullish feeling. So if you're new to my podcast, if you hear me say bullish, that means I'm confident that this will happen. If you hear me say bearish, that means not as confident. It could still happen, but I'm not as confident. So, but it doesn't mean it won't happen. It wouldn't shock me. All right. So let's see here. This talks about the supply chain and things like that. And these numbers here, this is from Reuters, and they know what they're doing. And other people don't. Shout out to JRO49 for the $1.99 chat. There you go. It's going to the CPU. Hit that like button, people. And it's going to the new CPU. Everybody knows I'm getting another Ryzen CPU. And, once I get my Ryzen CPU, I'm getting the 5600, either the G or the X, whatever's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm frugal over here. And, I got to be, I got to get this girl that gift card. So I got some things a man's got to do. Sometimes you got to trick a little bit. You got to trick off on your woman. You don't want your woman. You can't say you want your woman to be ice on fire and then not trick off on her every once in a while. I'm going to have to go ahead and trick off on a gift card or 2. So, I have to save enough for dinner, though. Hold on. I need another swig. So see, that next podcast, I'm going to break out the bourbon. So, yeah, y'all stand by for that one. So, yeah, because we're gonna do it. So we're gonna do it. Capono said his co-workers got pissed off at episode 3 and stopped watching. Oh, okay. Well, again, like I said, and I didn't care about it that much. It wasn't that big a deal to me. So it wasn't a major Joel, but it sets up the last part of the show. The hospital, Joel finding his purpose, and for Ellie, things like that. So that's pretty much what it was about. But anyway, I understand. It wasn't for everybody. It was some Brokeback Mountain shit. So which I warned everybody. I said you better brace yourselves for that episode. I said episode 3 is the test episode. So, but yeah, I thought it was all right. It did not make me super. I didn't care. So, I did not care. But anyway, I understand. It's not a big deal. So let's see if we can put Microsoft's numbers up here, because Microsoft's numbers look straight up trash. Let's see here. Or they were below. They came in below. Let's see, Xbox numbers. What is it? Xbox fiscal? Xbox sales numbers, maybe. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to. Okay, we can do that one. Okay. Wow. Okay, now this one you're gonna have to I can't bring that. Ooh, did you get your Ant-Man tickets yet? I am trying to I saw it. I had it pulled up. What did I do with it? My computer's so powerful, it stores stuff to let's see here. Let me type Game Pass numbers. Let's see here. Game Pass numbers. Let's see. I think this is an old story. All right, so we know Game Pass, Xbox has missed their number by millions. Some say 7, some say 10, but we just know they've missed their numbers. So there's other things going on that will be brought up in the other podcasts that I have questions on. Shout out to J-Ro for the $10. Yeah, I mean, that CPU is going to be mighty nice. It's a beautiful CPU, and it's on sale. It's on sale for $161 and like 88 cents at Best Buy. So yeah, we're gonna get it. We'll get it. Got some other things going on, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Also, another sidebar story, and shout out again to Sick Humor. Sick Humor did about 2 years ago, I think, he did a short podcast, or a podcast where I believe he recorded he did a job interview, and then he recorded them calling him back. He gave you 100% advice. I had an interview on Wednesday at 1 p.m. I left there. I mean, I was a monster in this interview. They told me they would make a decision on Friday on the position. They called me back Wednesday at 3:15 and offered me the position. Okay? They did not wait. So when Sick was trying to get you all to understand is that you got to know your value. And when he said you need to do these interviews, like, they're going to make a horrible mistake not hiring you, not giving you that position. He's 100% correct. There's no lie in what Sick Humor told you all that afternoon when he was doing that podcast. I back that up 100%. When you go into your interviews, you need to be a monster in that interview, meaning that you want to make them feel they're like, my God, we can't let this guy leave the office without an offer. They offered me the position without the office manager being there. That's how impressive I was. I was a monster in that interview. So, how you doing, Emrys? So, make sure you all do that. That's just a little sidebar. I wanted to tell you that story. All right. Getting back to it now. There's some problems at Xbox, and I don't want to hear people saying I'm bashing Xbox. I think Microsoft's problem started when they went away from exclusive games, and they're just stepping out. Shout out to Salty as well, to the Salt King himself. He covered this the other day as well. I want to make sure I gave everybody their flowers so that you all like, well, I just think you're just talking bad about it. I am not doing that. I'm actually trying to find where Xbox, where their numbers were, and I thought I had them already. And I'm having issues on Xbox on PC. I can't download the Flight Sim game. It keeps telling me there's an error, and then it won't tell me how to fix my own error. So let's see. Xbox fiscal year, maybe? Where was that at? Let's see here. No, that's not it. Trying to find maybe this is it. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I think I may have found it. This is from Benji Sales. Let me go to Twitter. I gotta get my numbers up here. Now maybe he doesn't have them in this tweet. So now Benji Sales does say that it's really disappointing result to see for Xbox this quarter. That said, he's optimistic about 2023 with will look a lot better thanks to improved software output. So, but pretty much what Benji is saying here is that, or maybe Zuby. Here it is. I think I found it. All right. Yep. I think this is it. Hold on. Bear with me, folks. Shout out to hit the like button. Let me put this up here for you guys. So that because I was surprised by the number as well. So let me go here. Let me jump there. Let me make that small. Bring that up there. Okay. So now this is Xbox. And it says the gaming revenue declined 13%. So Now, I know they were expecting it to be a little bit lower, but nobody wants these numbers when you're having a shareholders meeting. Trust me. Yeah, the number down. I mean, you can revise your number down. You know, you'll hear people say the number got revised down, stuff like that. So, and yeah, Sick, you're right. They can smell when you're not confident. And I was just a monster in that interview, an absolute monster in that interview, meaning that I was answering I answered their questions on their paper before they even got to them. So, you know, you know, they were literally like jaws were hanging down. So, but yeah, I got that offer. Now I'm just waiting for because the way they hire people now is just weird. They will make you an offer, an unofficial offer that you have to it's a preliminary offer that you have to agree to. Then once you verbally agree, they have to send your stuff to their HR department, because the HR is the only one that can give you the number, because nobody else is supposed to know what everybody makes, and that does make sense. And then they make you the official offer. And that's what I'm talking about. So, you know, so I'm always taking offers, you know. It ain't official. Like I said, it's not official until it comes from HR. So I'm always looking. All right. So it says here the gaming revenue declined 13%. Wow. Revenue, I think that's how much money you make after you pay everybody out. Somebody with a business degree can chop that up with me if they want. That's fine. Xbox content and services revenue declined 12% on a strong prior year comparable. So what that means is, I guess, in their fiscal year, the year before, it was actually good. But compared to that, the number has come down. All right. And it says with declines in first-party content, which we know did not exist. Why don't they just put it up there? We didn't have shit from Shinola. I mean, that's what it needs to say right there. So, and lower monetization in third-party content, partially offset by growth in Xbox Game Pass subscription. Now, you have to understand, Game Pass subscriptions also counts PC. You need to realize that. So, like, people like me who activated their Game Pass, henceforth, that's why I started playing Microsoft Flight Sim. Then I deactivated it, and now I tried to go back and play it again, Sam, and it won't let me load the game, and now I'm madder than a hornet, so I canceled Game Pass again. I'm sick and tired of it. So now it says Xbox hardware revenue declined 13%. That's what's scary to me, because what's scary to me on that is that you could go buy the Xbox One S for $229. I'm put a 1 in the chat. Well, put a 1 in the chat if you're listening, but put a 1 in the chat if you saw there were sales for the Xbox One S. You could get it for $229. Again, my neighbor got one, and then he went out and bought a 1440p monitor for like, I think it was like $230. I think he got it for $239 because he forced Best Buy to match Amazon. And Best Buy didn't want to, because Best Buy will not match Prime Day. I can tell you that much. But they matched this for the holiday. And I think he got his One S and his monitor all together. I think he dropped about $521. And he's happy with it. He don't like these games at 30 frames per second, but he's over it. He's like, oh, that's not bad. He's got him a little hottie on his arm. He's 55 and he's got a 29-year-old, because people out there ain't got no money, and the women need help. You know what I'm saying? He's helping the ladies out. So, but the revenue declining 13% is bad. That's bad, man. That's bad. When your game revenue is declining, your overall revenue, that's controllers, that is headsets. That means that they did not put on a lot of headsets in this quarter to call in the B2. So I'm just telling you, man. Explain what 52C use were. I'm asking Sick Humor, J-Dub, and King Thrash that in about an hour and a half. So like I said, they better get ready for that question, because I think that's why. I don't know what's going on over there at Xbox. I mean, you got rumors, and we don't have to talk about it. So, But they're supposed to show up, so I hope you all do too. I think I put something in the description called a link, and just go over there and get ready. Because like I said, I'm sending that link out about 5:45 Eastern time. So hopefully Thrash is around. I don't know what Thrash never got back to me as far as a time. So but J-Dub is going to be there. He's confirmed, and so is Sick. He's confirmed. So, and hope we get Thrash on there as well. So Thrash may not come on though, because I heard he got exposed or something like that. So, and I mean, again, if they haven't played Mass Effect yet, they all going to get exposed at 6 o'clock. So, because you ain't a real gamer unless you play Mass Effect, that's going to be on the screen. So you all can screenshot that, and what's that thing? Do clips. And when I give them that question, they better be saying, yeah. And I'm gonna be like, all right, well, what did you do at this point? And they better not say some bullshit. What's up, True Virgil? I didn't see that, brother. All right, appreciate you, man. True Virgil says, what's up, brother? How you doing? Again, all the super chat donations that I'm not stripping and stunning for, by the way. As you can see, if you donate, some ice goes into my cup, and then when I drink my bourbon later, I will toast to you all. But shout out to you guys. I do appreciate it. And I will vlog when I go get the CPU, so you all don't think I'm using the money to, you know, oh yeah, look at that, it's filling up. Yeah, maybe we can get it all the way up to the top there. I wonder what would happen. Maybe I put another cup up there. I don't know. So I'm worried at this point. I am worried about the Xbox because, and I put my bold prediction out there, which is Halo will be coming. The multiplayer will be coming to the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation, and it will be like Fortnite. It'll be a free-to-play multiplayer that you can do. What are those things called? Microtransactions on, and that's my bold prediction for Halo. So you know, this, I don't know what's going on, but the fact that Sony with their PS5, Thrash is gonna come on. All right, cool, and it's doing all this. And remember, you had people telling you they going in the wrong direction. I got told by somebody that I was everything that was wrong with PlayStation. So, I mean, it was the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. Talking about an emotional beta male that said that. So it is what it is. Imagine trying to run a business as a lost leader forever. Well, again, like I said, if your supervisor tells you that, I mean, are they? But that's my whole point I have to ask is, what is Microsoft's strategy? Because at this point, like I have here, I truly believe if they don't get the ABK deal done, I think that brand is going to go. I think Microsoft will sell that brand. Shout out to Awesome T Gamer for just subscribing. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. So that's why, and you can see when he subscribed, that a little ice chip fell into the cup. Yeah, go ahead and fill that cup up. Fill up that red Solo cup up there. Get your boy drunk, you know? There you go. But shout out to Awesome T Gaming. Shout out to your brother. I think if they don't get the Activision deal, I do believe that Microsoft sells Xbox. That's what I think is going to happen. All right, and people are like, "Oh, you're just saying that, and what are you talking about?" And no, I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, and I'm not saying this as the people are like, "You're just saying this to bash." No, I'm not. This is the first generation of consoles that I did not have an Xbox. I had one every generation. All right, I put in over 180 hours into Skyrim. I put in over 230 hours on the 360. I put in over 200 plus hours on friggin' Fallout 3. I bought all the DLC. I played Fallout 3 not once, not twice, but 3 times a lady, and on the 360. So I don't want to hear it. Shout out to you, J-Ro. Is that J-Ro again? I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. So I just do not. You have the CMA that's about to issue a legal warning against Microsoft. Let me put that up on the screen. I we'll talk about this a little bit more later on today with the crew. Let's see here. CMA. There we go. Activision antitrust warning. So, I mean, and we'll just put this up on the screen so you all can check this out, because I'm not making this shit up. And I mean, this is getting pretty nasty at this point. It's crazy, but you know, the EU issues an antitrust warning, which means, and again, let me make this clear. These letters are sent out so that Microsoft will compromise. And from what was reported earlier, there is nothing going on between the two of them. So says here that Microsoft's troubles with trying to get the 69 billion. Now, let me make this clear. There ain't nothing wrong with the 69. All right, let's just be honest here. There ain't nothing wrong with the 69. All right. So with the acquisition of Activision Blizzard done continue to compound with a European Union Commission having issued an antitrust warning against the deal. That's what that says right there. Dun, dun, dun. So said warning echoes previous sentiments and fears that if the deal goes through, it would give Microsoft and Xbox too much power to be able to control the availability of large-scale franchises like Call of Duty. Now, again, I enjoy playing Call of Duty. I don't know if that dude Ghost on there is hardcore. I mean, that dude don't even stop to take a leak. I mean, he just keeps killing people, right? I enjoyed the campaign. I'm looking forward to the third one where it says no Russian. I mean, again, spoiler alert, but I enjoyed the campaign. Like, I enjoy clearing the houses and throwing flashbang grenades and stuff like that. I enjoyed that drug dealer, especially that female drug dealer. She was hot. I wanted to take her out for, some butter biscuits and cheeseburgers. So, yeah, she was looking pretty good. Even my girl was like, she's actually pretty cute. I'm like, shut your mouth, woman. So, but it says here the EU Commission issued this statement early this week as reported by Politico. Again, Politico has nothing to do with gaming. That is a political outfit. This is according to the statement, the commission launched an investigation and concluded, let me make this clear. It concluded that Microsoft having control of Activision Blizzard and all of its IP would give the tech giant too much power in the gaming space. So this is a conclusion, okay? The EU conclusion. The European Union, better known by its gangster name, that's the European Union Commission, or EUC, all right? Says the move comes after the EU launched an in-depth investigation into the deal into November. It didn't take them long. Took them, 90 days, give or take? Finding that Microsoft may, in the future, be incentivized to block access to Activision's popular Call of Duty franchise. That's the problem with the deal. So such foreclosed strategies could reduce competition in the markets for the distribution of console and PC video games. Yeah, because they just won't put the game out. So or they'll do some quid pro quo like Donald Trump did. It got him impeached. So it's leading to higher prices, lower quality. That's what you hear a lot of people talking about. Lower quality and less innovation, which again, I don't play the game a whole lot. There's only so many ways you can call in the B2. And so I don't know about that. And it says, which in may in turn be passed on to consumers. And that is you and that is me. Okay. So this is far from the first time global antitrust authorities have shared concerns over the we just call the MAB deal online when we're talking about it in our discords and stuff like that. The Competition and Markets Authority, better known by its gangster name, the CMA, not to be confused with NWA. That is niggas with attitudes out of South Central Los Angeles. That Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, MC Ran, all them guys, right? DOC, rest of those, DJ Yella. So issue concerns over the deal. And although Microsoft called these concerns misplaced, the United States FTC, better known by its gangster name, the Federal Trade Commission, joined in on concerns, signaling an intent to launch a lawsuit to hashtag block the deal. Oh my goodness. And this is the latest update on it, because this came out, when was this news? Or this is Shaq News. When did this come out? Oh my goodness. When did this come out? Does it have a, if it has a date, I don't see it. Hey, there's something up here about Black Lives Matter. Okay. So says despite all this resistance in the EU's added involvement aside, Microsoft told Politico that it is dedicated to finding a path forward. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know what else can they say, right? You know, it says the deal remains in limbo. If you play that game, let me tell you something, man. That's a crazy game right there. So it remains to be seen what Microsoft will do to circumvent all hindrances from global authorities. Stay tuned as we continue to follow the latest update. This is the latest update. So great day in the morning. They have 3 antitrust governing bodies voicing concerns. This deal is not happening. Not the way it is structured. They're going to have to resubmit this deal. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Starry-eyed surprise. Sun up to sunrise. Oh my, there is trouble in paradise. The B2. Oh, the poor B2. Let's put the B2 up on the screen just to see what it looks like. Let's see. I bet the B2 is getting mad as hell. Let's see here. B2 bomber. Here we go. Let me see if we can find a picture of the B2 bomber. So I bet it is pissed. So the B2 is let's see here. Trying to find a picture of the B2. Oh, here's a picture of the B2. I bet the B2 is mad. If you don't know, the B2, it looks similar to the craft that crashed in Roswell in 1947. But there's the B2, and I bet it's pissed. That's what a B2 looks like. That's what these people are calling in for close air support. I mean, really look at that. Look how stupid they sound. Oh, call the B2, it's gonna do this. I mean, look at it. Does that look like something that you would call in to help you for ground attack? Or that is something, that plane is designed to sneak into Soviet airspace and nuke the capital. So that's what it's designed to do. So, but I bet that thing's mad as hell. But that's the B2, where everybody wants to know what the B2 looks like. That is your B2. And then here's what it looks like on the ground. So this plane can fly around the world on 1 tank of gas. So it can leave Alaska, go blow up its target, and come back and not be refueled. So, and it's hard to tell when it's flying. And there's another one. It doesn't, that's how big it is. But when you see it up close, as I've seen it at an air show, it doesn't look that big. So it just doesn't. But then when it goes past you to take off, I'm like, that thing's actually huge. So, but on radar, it looks like a bumblebee. What if I told you that? On radar, it looks like a bumblebee. So, because of the stealth, because of the way it curves and things like that. Let's take a look at it again. Look at all the curves. It's a beautiful plane. So, but all the curves on it and stuff like that, it kind of looks like a pigeon. So, but anyway, enough about the damn B2, right? So I do believe that Microsoft is in trouble. And and I'll just give you my synopsis here before I get on off. So Microsoft has 32 gaming studios versus Sony's 19. Why can't they make it? Well, they got games coming out. It's just that people got to buy them. Like, I am going to buy Starfield when it comes out. I'm going to buy Starfield. So I can't speak for nobody else. And I certainly hope the gaming community backs the game, because that's their pride and joy game. I'm going to buy Forza when it comes out, right? Forza Motorsports. I'm buying that. So I'm going to support them. but I'm only one man. Can one man make a difference like Michael Knight did, Mike Ryder, you know, with Knight Rider and Kit? So, so it's nuts. So, and the fines are going to come pretty soon. I think if the deal doesn't go through, Microsoft still has to give Activision $3 billion. Okay. Said the B2, it leaks fuel when it landed. It does. Oh, didn't they ground the B2? They may have grounded the B2. I thought maybe they did. I can't remember. So let's see what's going on, Paul Game. Hit that like button for me. Oh, Paul, I'm scheduled to have BGS on at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Hopefully you swing by, you and Aquatechy and the rest of you guys. So I'm going to hit him up here at about 5:30 just to double check, make sure his time is still good tonight. So, yes, I haven't been able to get back. I haven't reached out to him today because we were going to do it last night, but some other stuff happened. So, Crate Test 99. Yeah, I'm going to bring that up. That's a rumor. I'm going to ask Sick Humor and J-Dub about that as well. Had they heard about that? Now, that's a rumor though. So, I don't know how Sony would get the blame if Microsoft is committing antitrust. You know, they're being anti-consumer. That's what antitrust is. So Microsoft has no excuse for lack of game output. I agree. I can't imagine. I mean, I try to look at it as an investment, and Sony, the way Sony did the investment is, you know, Sony's investment. If you invested in that ecosystem, that actually has worked out for you. Because you got games immediately. You dig? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You had Miles Morales, like as soon as it came out, you had Miles Morales. You had, if you hadn't played the PS4 Spider-Man, you had something there. Now, you had Call of Duty Cold War, I think, for the Xbox. You know, I think for the Xbox, you had Call of Duty Cold War. And and when that happened, when you had Call of Duty Cold War, that was a good thing, right? That was a good thing because it took advantage. I remember Digital Foundry saying that, you know, turn on VRR and all that kind of stuff. And again, most people don't have these television sets. They don't. I mean, some of them are still like me. I went out and bought that Sony TV. I bought the X85J, and you know, I had a little chub when it came to the door, and I hooked it up real fast and was excited. I'm like, wait a minute, it didn't have the wide color gamut that I wanted. And I'm like, all right, that's why I tell everybody, stay away from the 85 and stay away from the 80. Now the new 80, I saw that today. I was at Best Buy today, and the new 80 looks pretty damn good. But you got to make sure you get that wide color gamut on that HDR. And you got to make sure that just get the 90. Get the 90 if you're going to stay in the LEDs or stuff like that. But I recommend that you go ahead and get the Sony Bravia. Right now, it's not on sale, so you're going to have to spend some coin or donate sperm or something. It costs like $1,600. So, but it's a damn good looking TV. Let me tell you that right now. I just saw it. And I saw some of the new Samsung TVs. The new Samsung TVs are so damn bright. Like that's the first thing you notice is the difference between the Samsung brightness versus, say, the Sony brightness. Sony's TVs they're a little bit darker anyway. That's why I always say when you get these OLEDs, you got to go into those settings, man. You're gonna be there for a minute. It ain't like this click, click, boom. You're going to be in there for a hot minute testing out the, you know, warm 1 through warm 4, night viewing, day viewing. I mean, that's why people are like, man, Craig, you got your new TV. How you ain't really on it a whole lot. I am at night. Let me tell you that right now. And when I play that Callisto Protocol and I'm playing it at night, I'm sitting up there, I'm jumping around. You know, get out your seat and jump around because man, that game is crazy, but I'm having a good time playing it though. Good time. So let's see here. Sony will get blamed by Phil and the rest. So they fight their fights on social media. Yeah, I know it's crazy. It is crazy. You know, Paul Games said this $4 billion is the breakup fee for the deal, but who has to pay for that? Who has to pay for that? So, does Microsoft have to pay for that? I don't know. I can't remember. So, I mean, I'm not into it that bad. 5-hour rush is a goatee. Okay, it may be. It may be. I mean, the whole thing with Xbox is that they have turned that into a AA platform. And I hate that for them. That is a AA platform. I'm not here to say that those AA games are bad games. So, but what about this one? How many of you all saw this come across the and this is coming from Zaddy. Oh God, I don't want to accept these cookies from them. For some reason, Zaddy will always give you cookies. But here we go. Let's put this up on the screen. Add another source. Look at that. CROSSFIRE X on Xbox is another live service game, also known by its gangster name, GAS, Games as a Service, being shut down. And this is a third-party developer. Now, remember when those idiots made fun of that Square Enix game, Babylon, or whatever it was called? Was it called Babylon or something like that? So, but it says here, Xbox exclusive. Well, let's blow it up. Dun, dun, dun. Xbox exclusive multiplayer shooter CROSSFIRE X is being shut down. Smilegate and Remedy have announced, with access to both multiplayer and single-player campaign modes being removed on the 18th of May, 2023. Sales for the game have been halted. Like, stop in the name of love. So it had been halted on the Xbox store, with any purchases made in the last 14 days eligible for a refund. So it says here, this is a quote, "It's with our deepest regret that we are informing you of our decision to end support for CROSSFIRE X on May 18th. Smilegate said in a statement on its website. Since the launch of the game, we have worked tirelessly to bring it to a point where we can be proud. And throughout it all, we have had the honor and pleasure of supporting our players." So now, why was this such a big deal? Because it was on Game Pass, right? And it was a free-to-play shooter. Said it launched a year ago. Oh, wow. It'll be 1 year old next Friday. And it was an adaptation of the Korean Counter-Strike called CROSSFIRE. And it had 2 premium single-player campaigns developed by Remedy. So I guess what they did is they went out and contracted Remedy to do the single-player campaign games. It says, one of which was made available within Xbox Game Pass. However, it was lambasted at launch. If you don't know what lambasted means, that means it got completely destroyed, like Justice League, you know what I'm saying? So, and it says it had connection issues, controller sensitivity, and poor balance. Again, I didn't play the game, but this is just another reason why I think Xbox is in trouble. I mean, you know, they got people just quitting. You know, they got left, was it Left for Blood or Left for Dead or Blood is Being Left, whatever it is. That's gone too. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later. So, because we were told Game Pass was the savior. You know, Game Pass was going to usher in this brand new wave of these dudes getting some poon, I guess. I don't know. Says here, this is the latest and growing list of game shutdowns. Let's see, what does it say? It says the elements were improved over time, but the poor launch seemingly did more damage that could be recovered from. I guess so. I don't know. I didn't play the game. Somebody who played it can leave a comment in the comment section after we get on up out of here, because I have another podcast in an hour to get ready for. It says EA has shut down Apex Legends Mobile as well. Ubisoft canceled several nascent projects and canned Battlefield Mobile. Reportedly a new Titanfall game. Wow. Epic and Iron Galaxy's Rumbleverse is closing as well, and so is Knockout City. I don't even know what that is. Then you have the major layoffs across the tech industry. It feels like a lot of companies are hitting the reset button. Yeah, I believe this games as a service model was never going to work well. It does work with some, to me, it works on PC. This game right here, EVE Online, this is an MMO. EVE Online is an MMO. We can just go to it. There you go. Just start playing it. So, but I tried to play this and I can't play it. So, but if you want to know more about Eve, they had this thing called World War B. These dudes had a fight on this video game that lasted like 7 days. Not video game days, 7 real days. I mean, people were calling in sick to help their crew. So again, to me, that's where this stuff should stay. The Elite Dangerous, which is in trouble, or it's losing players, I should say. These games are just not the answer. Now, I'm glad Sony is trying to do some of them, but I'm also glad they have a smaller footprint, because it was never meant for it to last long. I mean, if some games are the exception. I know you're going to say, well, what about Fortnite and the Rocket League game? Yeah, but those are the exceptions. The Apex Legends game worked on console, didn't work in the mobile space. You see what I'm saying? So it really depends on how you go about it. I don't think it's a good idea. It's good to see more people saying that there's going to be some cuts, you know. You know, it's going to be some cuts, you know. And I hate that, because, you know, you hire people based on the projection, and then those people end up losing their jobs. That is effed up. So, said, think Jaffy is subscribed to Game Pass with multiple accounts because he loves it so much. Again, I'm not here to say, look, it is a good idea, but now they got all these active services on there from EA. You know, they have EA on there, and if you're on PC, most people with EA have Origins. You know, so that's counterproductive. That's just another way for EA to get its app on your PC. And then you now have Ubi Plus, but then in order for you to sign in to the Ubi games, you have to be part of the whole Ubisoft thing. And it just doesn't take you directly there. That's why the best thing to do is just to download those games if you have them and then play them. I mean, I've got Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. You know, they both had the 60 FPS patch on them. So, but yeah, I finished Origins a few months ago and enjoyed it. You know, again, I love that setting. I'm not a big fan of the combat, however. Just the way the combat, the buttons are laid out. I liked Odyssey more, and I enjoyed Odyssey's story as well. I didn't like the setting as much in Odyssey as I did Origins, but I still had a good time playing it. So, oh, Mark Jones got the B2. Now you're talking. Yeah, there you go. What size did you get? What size did you get? So, Sergeant 12 says that Back for Blood, Rainbow Six Extraction, Second Extinction Day, all that stuff. Really? All of it? Wow. Yeah, like I said, they need to take their time doing this. I do think that the Last of Us game will be very popular, but I think that's it. So, yeah, CROSSFIRE X is done, according to Remedy and the other people. So, so yeah, Back for Blood is going to be shut down. We're going to talk about that in about an hour on another podcast. I don't want to give everything away on this one. So, and No Cap says that Game Pass isn't a good idea. That's why Xbox is cannibalizing itself. Well, I mean, think about what they've done. They've raised the price of their games to $70. They had a price increase in Tokyo, and not just Tokyo, in Japan. So they're now increasing the prices because they are, as you saw, their revenue shrunk, and we know that they didn't hit their Game Pass subscriber mark. So they have to go get the money somewhere. Now they're coming to the consumers to get it. And you're seeing that people just disappear online. Now they're not talking about anything. You know, well, Sony is the cause of this. They're the ones who charge $70 for the game. Okay, well, I mean, like I said, it's crazy. But how you liking the B2 so far? Yeah, my B2, I like my B2. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying my B2. You know, I'm thoroughly having a good time on the B2. So, yeah, the Game Pass titles are dying faster. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not a fun time over there at all. at all. So I just don't get it. So that Microsoft admitted in regulatory documents Game Pass exists because they lost proper console war. The PlayStation couldn't sell consoles or games compared. Well, okay, if they have thrown in the towel, I've been saying for a while the console war is over. So maybe, but again, that's going to affect these ponies that built their podcast on the console war. You know, because like I said, the first thing they're going to do is run the Metacritic. It's just like when Forspoken come out. You had a bunch of the damn ponies talking about, it's getting ripped apart on Metacritic. I told you it wasn't going to be that good. Again, to them, everybody on the outside counts. The people that I've seen playing Forspoken, from Persona to Jay Bari, Sick Humor, other people as well, they're enjoying the game. I haven't played it since she got thrown. Her character got put in jail. And again, I just been busy. And so I am going to be playing it tomorrow. I guarantee you. But see, I started playing that Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And once I started playing that, it was after that, nothing else. I didn't care. I was just kind of like, well, I'll come back and play this. But I got that I gotta play. I gotta finish Callisto Protocol. Everybody was saying how bad the dodging mechanic is. No, you just don't know how to fight. You gotta look at the gait of the people and are the things that are attacking you, and you can kind of determine where to dodge. This shows me that if you went to prison, you're gonna get that first night, the booty warrior is gonna get you. Then you're gonna be in there crying because you're in there getting your cheeks clapped because you didn't know how to move. So it says we got to get the 78X 3D. It's for, oh, no, I'm not getting that. I can tell you, I'm not getting something that calls itself that. I am going to get the 56X, though, I think, because it was on sale for $161. So, can you buy an OLED TV with 120 hertz VR and a 20-inch top replacement monitor? I don't understand that question. In a 20-inch top, replace a monitor. Can you ask that one more time? So, Reader says that says my theory how it will be changed up prior to the fact. Well, again, we have to wait and see. Gunk was the last Xbox Game Pass release players actually beat. Okay. Well, I think you got to understand they're going to say because the game is in Game Pass, they're going to make a big deal about it. It doesn't matter what it is. They're going to say, oh, well, no, it's in Game Pass, therefore it's better. That's just kind of what you're doing with. I can't afford the 4090. So I can get the 6700 though, but that's not a step up enough from the 66 that I have. So I would have to get the 6800. So Microsoft wanted to buy Activision to profit off Sony gamers. Well, yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I just think they want to buy it to make their service more competitive. That's all I can say. That's why I literally believe if they don't get the deal done, I think Microsoft proper will sell the Xbox division. More than likely to Amazon, because Amazon wants to get into gaming anyway. They're the ones who have allegedly bought the Tomb Raider franchise for about 600. So for like 600 large. So what, wait to see. So Gunk has a higher complete. Well, just to me, Game Pass it's a AA platform. I mean, Phil Spencer said that that Hi-Fi Rush, whatever it's called, shows you the power of the series console. Well, okay. I'm not saying the game is good or bad, but I'm just saying that to just take out a loan for the 4090, to me, it's not worth it. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some games running on it, and running on the 4090 and a very good, very, very, very intensive CPU like an i9. It looks photorealistic. You can't deny it. I mean, it looks great. It just doesn't look great enough for me to go into debt over it that much. So, so yeah, take out a loan. I would have to take out a small business loan to get that thing. So, but I ain't knocking it though. Shout out to everybody who's got one. So, I'm jealous of them, but you got to pay the cost to be the boss. go for Ubisoft. Well, I think Ubisoft is ultimately going to sell some of its IP. I think that's what's going to happen. I think they are going to go out of business. They're going to sell their IP. I think Square Enix has been purchased by Sony. Now, there's other people who think there's been a capital investment. Shout out to, I think it's Foxy Games UK. He says that it's a capital investment. That works too. I also think Sony went into their pockets deep to get Metal Gear and to get Silent Hill. That's why when Phil Spencer testified and said that Silent Hill is not going to be on the Xbox, I was like, whoa. But he said Silent Hill and Final Fantasy, right? I was like, whoa, that's news. That is actually breaking news because, you know, remember when we saw Silent Hill, it said console exclusive, you know, didn't it have a date on it? I thought it had like an expiration date. So when Phil Spencer said we ain't getting that game, I was like, holy smoke. You know, I couldn't believe it. That kind of blew me away. I think about the new Samsung Neo G8 32-inch. I thought it was effing phenomenal looking. I mean, you got to understand the first LED, was it an LED? No, LCD TV I had was a Samsung 32-inch screen TV, and I thought I had died and gone to heaven with that picture. I mean, that TV now looks like trash compared to what I got now. I mean, there's been such a huge jump in technology with televisions. That new Sony TV, did you see the 42-inch OLED they got out? That looked phenomenal. I mean, wow. I mean, you just talk about blow away technology. Holy smokes. And now LG has a 4K monitor on sale at Best Buy for like $329. Like on the, you know, one of those on the floor. They've got the kiosk on the floor. Wow. I mean, a 4K monitor from LG for under $399. I never thought I'd see today, but here we are. So here we are. So Papa John's renamed as Papa Phil's. I'm not a big fan. I finally ate some Donato's pizza after like 4 years Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? I'm sorry, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. That was actually pretty good. So Capono got a $1,200 Best Buy credit from your Geek Squad warranty. You did it from your C9. You want the Neo G8. Yeah, I mean, I looked at, they're still selling. LG is still selling the C1 up there at Best Buy. Mine, I just came from there. They're still selling that for right at $899. So if you still want the C1, you can get it for right at least in my state, you're looking at $964, give or take, out the door. Sounds like Power Wash Simulator. Yeah, remember they were saying Power Wash Simulator was great and it was in Game Pass. And look, that's how desperate these guys are. They're pretending to wash aluminum siding. I mean, that's how bad it is over there. So that is bad over there. So what is Microsoft selling? The Xbox division, the print? I think if the deal doesn't go through, let me preference that. If the deal does not go through, and I think they sell the Xbox division to Amazon, because that's the only thing. I think that's the only places where, or maybe would it be something else if Google bids on that too? But I think it'll go to Amazon. So he said that the Neo G8 is $14.99 and make sure. Yeah, I know it's a tough buy right now. That's a hard ask. I mean, that's what I'm saying is that I personally, you have to ask yourself, is it that big of a jump? And only you can answer that. I mean, my TV, you know what I had, right? I had the Sony X85J. All right, that's what I had. My OLED TV is a huge jump over that. A huge jump. So, you know, so I can only answer it for myself. As soon as I turn my LG TV on and it, you know, started going through the settings, I'm like, holy cow, you control all this? So, Six said, put some respect on Power Wash. GT7 VR is coming, yeah. Yeah. Isn't it day of or like a day after or something like that? So you're trying to get a new gaming monitor for your PS5. I was wondering, if there is a 20-inch OLED 120 hertz VRR telling to use instead of a monitor. You want a 20-inch TV. Okay. Oh boy. That may be tough. I see what you're saying now. 20-inch OLED TV. I'm not seeing one like at all. What's the smallest TV? Well, the 40. Hold on. Let me read your question one more time to make sure I got it right. Now, where'd it go? Where the heck did it go? Do this the easy way or the hard way? 20-inch. Hold on. Is there a 20-inch OLED, 128 hertz with? So you want to monitor? You want to monitor this 20 hertz, this 20 inches? Probably not. Not with 120 hertz and VRR. 20-inch OLED VRR television to use instead of a monitor. I'm gonna right now, J-Ro. I'm gonna have to say no. I've never seen something that small before. I've seen now Sony's got some monitors you can look at, but this does 120 hertz, but I think they're LEDs. Sam Odyssey said, "Remember, PlayStation is going in the wrong direction." Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's that's been totally dispelled. So that is totally dispelled. So I'm team AMD. Can you give a shout out to Fake Frames DLS3? Look, I'm very impressed by that DL deep learning super sampling, also known by its gangster name. Isn't that like an AI? Isn't it doing like an AI's work or something like that? Bots will cap for Amazon as Amazonian console warriors despite. Well, again, that's. I mean, I personally just don't see it. Like, they got to get Game Pass on PlayStation at this point. And, you know, they disclosed that during this whole process that they did approach Sony, like I thought they would. And Sony said no for now. But to me, I think they could go ahead and get like Halo. It'll be their version of Fortnite. But Halo on all the consoles, talking about the multiplayer. And then you just have microtransactions and stuff like that. That same way Fortnite did. You pre-ordered your PSVR 2 and you got GT7, PlayStation 7. Yeah, when Lincoln Clay and myself are gonna we're gonna bring back Live from Wakanda, and on that Live from Wakanda, Lincoln is gonna be doing an unboxing on PSVR. So so watch Destin's video where he's reporting on Europe hitting Microsoft with the antitrust warning. He looks like he's gonna cry. Yeah, well, like I said before, it's I think I'm not a lawyer. This is what I was saying on 60 Frames No Lag months ago. So you just have to wait to see how it plays out. But if you have 3 regulatory bodies saying that this is a problem, then your deal is probably not going to go through as is. They may have to cancel it and resubmit it as something else. To me, they should be allowed to buy Activision, but they're just going to have to keep it third party. The same way when Bungie was bought by Sony. They were like, yes, we want their talent. And people complained about that, remember? All these people, oh, they overpaid and they only make 1 game and all this kind of stuff. It's like, okay, do you see what they're doing now? Bungie is in charge of all the games as a service stuff. But maybe not Naughty Dog stuff, but they're in charge of all the other stuff, because whether I like it or you like it, Bungie has a successful games as a service. It's called Destiny. So why not bring in a group that knows how to run that type of shit? Okay? That makes sense to me. But you have people, oh, this ain't enough. This does not combat the deal that Microsoft is doing. Well, Microsoft's deal's not done, and Bungie is part of Sony. I mean, it is what it is. So Bungie might release something out of nowhere this year or next year. Well, didn't they do some DLC? I mean, again, I don't play Destiny, and I'm not knocking it, but the people who play it say it's a good game. It's tight on the controllers. There's no lag. I mean, that's what people have said, and they say it is a high quality game. Again, I don't play it. Take your beef up with them. So yeah, but got any more questions before we get on up out of here? Oh, J-Roll with the $2. We are getting closer and closer to the CPU. So look at the glass. Oh yeah, let me take that down so you all can see the cube. Oh, you see the cubes going in there. Look at that. Yeah, that little beer mug is starting to fill up. I'm gonna get me some bourbon in there in about another 30 minutes and bring on Sick and Thrash and J-Dub City. So look, those are 3 black men that are not gonna hold back, and they all have high business acumen. So who knows where that's gonna go? But I can only do it to about 8 o'clock, so they can't hold me for too long, because I do have a possible sitting down with the master teacher BGS at 9. So that's going to be a good time as well. If you're interested in that type of stuff, that stuff with BGS, that is red pill and black pill conversation. So there you go. Marathon is expected to be their next project. Are you talking about Bungie? Yeah, I have to wait and see what that is. So Jeeves says that good concession, but you still don't think it's good for the industry. Well, I mean, if they buy it and it stays third party, there ain't a whole lot that can go on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, new IP, which, I mean, we've got Callisto Protocol. It got killed by the media, and then we got Forspoken, brand new IP, getting killed by people, and it's just like, dude, you all don't want to give new IP a chance to breathe, and then you bitch and moan about where's the new IP? How come they not taking advantage of it? Okay, so when they do, you get mad. You know, well, you know, and I told you that checkerboarding wasn't going anywhere, that dynamic resolution wasn't going anywhere, and that 30 FPS wasn't going anywhere. I told you that. No, it needs to be this. Whatever. All right, shout out to J-Roll for the $2. I appreciate it, brother. So they're working on a new IP, but didn't say it was exclusive. Well, I think part of them purchasing Bungie was for them not to remain exclusive. Bungie was like, you can purchase us and you can give us this new position, and we'll, you know, they got new jobs and stuff like that. But you got to remember, Bungie, part of the purchase was they were going to make games for everybody, PC and everybody. And, you know, Sony wanted the talent, and because people who work at Bungie have stock in the company, had they left, the company's stock would have dropped. So they put an extra $1 billion into the company, and they could come out and say, Sony has purchased us. We know you have stock options. We're going to add another $1 billion to your stock. Guess what? People stayed. People stayed. That's the way it works, people. That's the way it works. You have to overpay for talent, and most people will for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You overpay. Shout out to Alfonso Carter, who has become a member. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Camilo says AM4 is dead unless you're getting the 5800. Let me show you what I plan on buying. What I plan on buying. And still, the top thing I've heard this year is people stripping for super chat money. That I literally about fell out the chair laughing when I don't know who said it, but by God, it was one of the funniest things I heard in my life. So, okay, so let me put on the screen what I plan on trying to get here, since I'm Team Red. And let's go right there. That's what I plan on getting. So 5000 series processor, that gives me the smart shift technology that I've been hearing about. So there you go, Team Red. It includes the AMD Ryzen processor and a high performance AMD Wraith thermal solution. So that's all a man can ask for, right? That's all I can ask for. I'm happy with that. And I'm happy with $131. See, I'm gonna force Best Buy to sell me theirs for $131. So again, that's what I'm trying. That's the plan to get that. So that makes me a happy camper. And then people are like, well, only play, it's only gonna get, you're only gonna get 1080p. Well, most people who are gaming game at 1080p. Do not listen to these sucker ass punk asses who tell you that the people playing at 4K, they are an anomaly. They're an anomaly. Most people that are on PC are playing at 1080p. That's most. And then you have the other people that, like me, I play at 1440p. So, my setup is going to struggle with some of the newer games, but I got to get a new CPU because I've been told that Starfield is a heavy CPU game. That's what I got told. I could be wrong. Have to wait till it comes out. But guys, I'm gonna get on off here. About another, like I said, I dropped the link earlier. Go over there. Make sure you're ready to go. We're gonna have Sick Humor, J-Dub City, and King Thrash. We're gonna have them on and talk about what the hell's going on with the Xbox, and they better get ready because if they haven't played Mass Effect, they all gonna get exposed. That's gonna be the first question they get. All right. So, because I'm gonna put down only real gamers. You can only be a real gamer if you have defeated the Reaper threat. Okay. And you have to save all 12 of your members on the suicide mission in Mass Effect 2. And you got to try to romance Ashley, Liara. Let's see here. Who else there? Let's see. You got to. It's Ashley, Miranda, Liara, and the reporter. You gotta knock all 4 down like I did. That is called the Captain Kirk run. Only a real gamer will be able to do that. So when is it? In a half hour. Drop the link again. Okay, let me make sure I've got it correct here. I think that's the link. So yeah, but all right, guys, I'm gonna bounce on out of here. Like I said, I gotta get ready for that, and I have to drink some more water. So, but I will talk to you all in a minute or two. Like I said, that podcast will power up in about 15 minutes. So I will talk to you all later. Peace.